Motivating somebody to make a change. Quitting is incredibly hard. That push may be needed. Let's talk about it. Roll. Welcome back to another video. We've been exploring this whole idea of quitting. Change is hard and we all hate change, but change does happen. Well, some of us like change. Most of us don't like change. And the reality is that anytime we're ready to quit, that big word of quit is a dangerous one. It's a hard one, and we have to address it so that we can figure out exactly the right way to quit instead of the hard way. Planning is critical. And sometimes it's a loved one that needs that push that will help them move to the next stage of their life, really push them in that right direction. And sometimes it's hard to address it and bring it up in a way where they won't get pissed off, offended, or anything like that. And instead, find that appreciation of you caring and wanting the best for them. And a lot of times we see it from our kids, but sometimes it's the spouses. It's the spouses that we want the best for, and we don't always know how to address it. Here's the email. Hi Nikos, quitting is hard and I love your videos on the topic. Thank you, please share. I never thought about it as a planned approach. My husband is in the situation you talked about the other day. He doesn't have the willpower to quit his job. Our life is miserable because of it. He wants better, but then doesn't do what is needed. How do I approach this without having him get upset? I want my marriage to go back to being a happy one. What would you do first? Well, look, first I would really look at the reasons of why he is how he is. What is causing the issues that are forcing him to go this route? Now, a lot of the times with men, well, they don't want to be the guy who doesn't have a job and his wife is working, and they take pride in that. A lot of people do. I don't actually, very few don't. Step one, it's understanding where are these emotions coming from that he is feeling this fear. It must be coming from somewhere, and it's something that you need to communicate with him first. Simply put, it's probably either coming from you, from some other member in the family, or friends, and it's coming from colleagues. You got 4 areas. Now, if it's not you and you know that, then it's one of the others, and you got to figure out what's actually being said. Now, if it is you, stop doing that. Simply put, stop doing that, and now let's switch that mindset into a supportive one. You will start being more supportive on the opportunities that exist for him. And we walk into the next series of things he can do right away. If he is the type that doesn't want help, if he's the type that, he doesn't want to be left without a job, if he is one of that and he doesn't want to see a counselor and all that stuff, well, first things first, he should go see why he has all this fear. And counselors usually help with that, coaches help with that, they help them push in the right direction. Now, the other thing would be to go find these coaches that are for jobs specifically, and I wouldn't call them coaches, but they're more of the headhunters that will help you find a job and transition. They walk you through that process. Every city has them, and basically you go step-by-step approach with this kind of a person. It really helps get moving in that right direction because they walk you through it. They make you comfortable in making the change, and along the way you're supporting him through that change, because the fear will be coming that, hey, even though I have this new opportunity, what if and what if, does what ifs get stuck in there? And it doesn't matter if it's the best opportunity in the world. If the person has that what if, unless he's supported, it's hard. It's hard. Networking is critical for this kind of stuff, and I encourage you, take him and go with them to networking events. And by that I mean go meet other small business professionals, go meet other people that are at big networking events or small ones, volunteer stuff, anything that will get him out of the mentality that the job's the only thing that exists that is important right now, and that's survival only. Once he sees that all these people are doing all these things and there's more risk in the world than he could imagine, that he probably knows about, but he's really closed it down inside, well, now you will start seeing him start to think more, and that's where again you need to support him along the way. Lastly, it's the educational part, and it's you helping him get through that mindset, introducing him to videos such as these kind of videos, not just mine, but a whole bunch of them. Address the whole situation with them and be like, hey, check out what this guy's saying, check out what that guy's saying. Look at the whole idea from a quitting side, look at the whole idea from a success side, look at it from a risk side, look at it from a happiness side, look at all the content that exists out there. You can't tell me that one person can't sit there, watch about 100 hours of YouTube and not be inspired to find change. It's, it's making that effort and wanting to make that effort. What you do and how you communicate with them will prove the success or the failure in this story. Reality. This is, very simply put, the basic economics of what the top or the bottom, if you're gonna hit it in that stock market. It comes down to this right now. You need to have a heart-to-heart with them. Be very direct, and be like, I have talked to you about all this stuff, I have walked you through all this stuff, I have told you how I feel, I'm gonna say it once more, and then I'm gonna look at these opportunities, show them this video if you have to, and look at all these opportunities that exist. Here they are, I'm here for you, let's do this. And really be steadfast on the fact that he's got to do something. At least try. Your accountability for him and your expectation has to be kept low at the beginning. And what you will do in this process is encourage him to go do things. He will reciprocate with, okay, I will try. Keep him accountable on that try. Once he tries one thing, then you get him to go and do more. You, as a human being, can only do so much at the end of the day, both on what he needs to do for himself and what he needs to do for both of you. You are not responsible for A, his happiness, and B, his success, and C, anything to do with his life that's on a personal side that needs to be taken care of, and of course anything that reflects on the relationship. This is not your problem as it equates to him, but it's your problem as it equates to the relationship and who you want to be in a relationship with. So yes, you're gonna make an effort here to do it, but it's not you that is responsible for all this, and you have to make that clear to him so he understands that you're there for him, you want to see change, and there's no timeline right now, but there will be one day, and this has to be clear for him that you will implement a timeline, and that's when your expectation will increase, sort of thing, or your accountability measures will increase, sort of thing. And the reality will become that he may start moving in the right direction and then he will stop. Well, how much flex will you have for that? He may start moving and everything will be going well. He'll find a new job and then he's stuck again. What do you do then? Or he may want to go back to school. Any one number of things may occur. So your job is very simple, is to walk through these steps, figure out what's best for him. If we had a coach call, we would be sitting down, going through all these things and making sure that you are able to motivate him in the right way based on what he's doing. He needs to find somebody that will help him through this process, and I think that example on finding somebody that is a headhunter who will walk him through these steps will be beneficial for him. 100%. I've seen this before, and that has been mighty successful, especially for people that are fear-driven individuals on quitting. So take some time, really think about this, and implement something that's good, healthy, and sustainable over a period of time, because if it's not, you will not find the success you're looking for. My name is Nikos Rentas. This is mentorsapproach.com. Hit that like button if you like what you see. Of course, hit the subscribe button to get your daily motivational idea to get you moving in the right direction. Of course, leave your story below. Leave your comment. Have you been in this situation? What'd you do? What'd you do right, wrong, and what would you change? Because who knows? Somebody might be reading that comment and they might relate, and you might help change their life.